mentioned earlier, they really don't have the greatest resume yet either. Really only playing Ole Miss, which is like disgusting, so we won't count that. Texas A&M, you put up 45 points against the best rushing defense in the country, so I think that's in the conversation. You let up 3 touchdowns against them, so we'll take it. Like I said, Alabama's defense is kind of gross this year. Blow out Arkansas, and then you play Missouri next week, so blah. You play Tennessee the week after, so blah. We won't really know how good Alabama really is until they play LSU, until they play Mississippi State, and until they play Auburn in the Iron Bowl. So is Alabama the best team in the country? Yeah, because they're averaging 60 points a game against teams that they should and shouldn't do that. Will they continue to be the number 1 team in the nation? Absolutely, because no one can stop their offense when their quarterback is throwing more touchdowns than he is in completions. So I think still my Heisman hopeful goes to Tua Tagovailoa. Oh, gosh, how can you not say him, dude? He's not even playing he hasn't played a full game yet, and he's throwing an average of like 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, and he hasn't even played a full game yet. Oh, this kid is out of control. Rookie of the year goes to Saquon Barkley still. MVP, as much as I would like to say Jared Goff, I think he's out of the conversation this week with the 2 picks. I think Patrick Mahomes takes it. I think Patrick Mahomes does take it. Other than that, Todd Gurley had 3 touchdowns today. He was a big part of that win for LA this week. But I think MVP is still going to be Patrick Mahomes. If you look at the entire season and what he's been able to do consistently, which is so surprising. Most guys come in, they have one good game, like we saw with Fitzpatrick. He had a couple really good games, and then he fizzled out. When you really didn't even play that good of a team, he just died out. So, I think I'm gonna give the MVP to Patrick Mahomes this week. I think it's due for him. It's due to have that. And Super Bowl contender, got to go with the Chiefs because, like I said, if we're gonna rank all the teams, it's Kansas City number 1 and LA a close number 2 this week. They're handily beating their opponents, and you can't say they're not playing a good defense. I mean, Jacksonville, as long as they were on the field, got dominated by this high-powered offense. And that was really without the presence of Tyreek Hill. He only had 61 yards. And he still, this offense is crazy, man. It's out of control. I don't know how we let these teams get this good. To break down my fantasy situation, so like I said earlier, me and Seth, number 1 and 2 in the league, and I'm up by like 8 points. 9. I'm up by 8.8 points. And he only has his kicker left to play, and he has Will Lutz from New Orleans. He's averaging 11 points a week, and his lowest is I think 6 points. So basically what happens is if Will Lutz scores 9 points on fantasy, I lose. And I'll lose by 0.2. So I will be very disappointed if I lose by 0.2 this week. That game against Washington is tomorrow at 8:15. Man, I really want to win because, if I win, I am number 1 in the league. Definitely for sure. I'm very frustrated because, both my wide receivers did better than his. But if I put in Tyler Lockett and if I put in TJ Yeldon, it wouldn't even be a conversation right now. because Tyler Lockett had 16 and TJ Yeldon had 18. I don't know why I didn't put him in because, I don't know. I just don't know why I'm shaky about TJ Yeldon right now. But, he scored a touchdown. And Keenan Allen didn't. And Juju only had that one touchdown and, 9 points. So if I put those two guys in, it's not even a conversation. I don't even have to worry about it. There's no way he wins. James Conner put up 30 points. Jared Goff 14 because of the 2 picks. James White had a great game. Saquon Barkley had a great game with those 2 receiving touchdowns. And just troubling. It's just very troubling times in the kingdom right now. Hopefully I win. I'll let y'all know on the Instagram. And I think we're going to wrap it up here. So, the Throne Room's Instagram page is doing really good. We've increased the number of followers we have by 180%. We had 100 last week. We got like 280 this week. Check it out. It's the __throne __room. Remember, it's 2 underscores. So, and it's the same symbol of the actual podcast. So, and then of course you can find me at king __alex ___ and on Twitter at akingboss99. Completely full disclosure, it was probably a little boring this week because it was just me talking and ranting about how OU or not OU, but how UT sucks. But yeah. Sorry if it was boring. We'll have Seth and Nico back on next week. They were a little busy, couldn't make it, but we out here grinding still. Doesn't mean we're not going to grind. Anyway, thanks so much for listening, and we'll hit you up next week. Caw-caw.